Buenos dias. So the pasuk tells us that there was a war with Amalek. Vayavo Amalek vaylachem Yisrael b'ufidim. Amalek approached Am Yisrael, and he caused a war with Israel b'ufidim, and he went out to a war with Am Yisrael. So the Kli Akar explains, and the Or Chaim HaKadosh first of all says, Vayavo Amalek. Amalek came, and because we were elevated with Torah, because Torah is compared to water, and just before the story of Amalek, we saw that we didn't have water, and we cried out to water to Hashem. If we didn't have water, physically water to drink, that means also we were depleted of spiritual water of Torah. That's what the Or Chaim HaKadosh says. And that was the opening for Amalek to come. The Kli Akar says that Amalek also caused impurity in the Jewish nation, for people to have illicit, intimate relations. Before he went and attacked Am Yisrael, he went ahead and he introduced relationships that nobody ever knew about, at least in the camp of Am Yisrael, and that was that preceded the war, the physical war that he did. First, he wanted to weaken us spiritually, and then he went and he started the physical war. But says the Kli Akar that the only way that Amalek was able to come is to come with and attack us if there was a petach, if there was an opening. There's no way that anybody could attack Am Yisrael if there's no opening. What do you mean an opening? He says, just like a fly wants to come onto a person, a little fly can't penetrate your skin, the layer of your skin. There's no way that a fly could penetrate the layer of your skin. But if you have a little scab, if you have a little cut, if you have a little infection going on in your skin, then a fly can come and they can have a whole feast. Amalek is waiting for that opening. So it says the Kli Akar. What's the opening? The opening is when Am Yisrael, Kol Zman Shayu Yisrael Shlemim Im Hashem, as long as we were wholesome with Hashem, V'gam Im Hashem, V'aya Gam Shalom Benehem, also we had peace amongst us. As lo yachol lahem, you could not, Amalek had no entry point. V'kasher ha'otam b'masa u'meriva, but when he saw us in quarrel and in fighting and in disconnect within the camp of Bnei Israel, al riv Bnei Israel, shaya meriva b'nehem, there was a war between them, and then he was able to come in, because as he says, kol hachanayot shekodem matan Torah, all the campings, all the stops, all the places that we went before Matan Torah, kulam hayu b'tar'omet u'v'machloket, all of them were in fighting and in arguing, and nobody really had peace amongst Am Yisrael, just like Rashi said in Parashat Yitro. So they also fought amongst each other, but also as we see in Parashat Yitro, shayu merivim gam im Hashem, that they also went and had issues with Hashem. And not only, it's not only that they were asking for things that they needed, but also they had some sort of anger to Hashem, and they wanted to fight Hashem, and they wanted to challenge Hashem. That was the petach for Amalek. And then it's interesting that he brings over here a pasuk from Divrei Hayamim earlier on, and he said, "Chamas gaver le'en marpeh." He also says that over there. So the question is why are we bringing this? Because in just a few weeks we have even this week already reading Parashat Shkalim, and then in the forthcoming weeks, one of the weeks is going to be Parashat Zachor. So there's a mitzvah, Zachor asher asar lecha Amalek, b'derech v'tzetchem miMitzrayim. To remember what Amalek has done to us, that they challenged us, that they went to war with us, and we have to remember it. So says the Mishnah Berurah that, not only the Mishnah Berurah, but there are those that hold that hearing Parashat Zachor is Deoraita. So it's Deoraita. So the Mishnah Berurah makes an evaluation, and he says, so what's better? If I live far away from the synagogue, I can't come to synagogue every time. And right now I know it's going to be Purim. And right before Purim we read on Shabbat Parashat Zachor. I can only come to one of them. Which one should I go to? I can go either to read the Megillah, or I can go Parashat Zachor. Which one should I go to? So he says according to this, Parashat Zachor is Midoraita. Reading the Megillah is Midirabanan. In the morning it's Midivrei Kabbalah, in the night it's Midirabanan. So it sounds like that reading Parashat Zachor is more sensitive and more of a requirement than hearing the Megillah. So he says, why don't people make a big deal out of it like they do of the Megillah? You come to the synagogue and Megillah full. Come Parashat Zachor, it's like we're not that aware of it, so it's a little bit different. He says, that people aren't too sensitive about it. He says, I don't know why. But he says that technically, if you compare and contrast, if you had to choose one over the other, you would choose Parashat Zachor. And this gives us the motivation to invite people to sleep over at a house, whatever it is, in Parashat Zachor in just a few weeks. Amen.